it looks like. And so 8 years ago is when this letter came into being. Now, supposedly, that this letter was with all the other letters of the alphabet on the original tablets where it was inscribed. There we go. There is the symbol. Now,
that's Hebrew text?
That is Hebrew text. No, I'm not Hebrew, so this is very interesting that it was given to me. But at any rate, when this letter came into being is when the world could be made whole and that all the defects could disappear. Now, interestingly enough, look what's happening with the shift with 2012, with the ongoing shift into the 1,000 years of peace and the golden age. Yes. So this is happening as we speak, but it's not, you know, it's not instant. It's going to take a little time for all the defects to be corrected and so forth. But that's what that's all about.
And how are they being corrected?
Well, mankind is awakening, and this is part of why we're teaching this too, because as we're teaching this and each person awakens, their consciousness rises, they begin to know what's wrong in the world, and let's fix it. You know, that's when people say, let's fix this isn't right.
Oh, like going green and stuff like that?
Yes. Yes, exactly. Getting rid of the pollution, cleaning up, going green, getting rid of anything that doesn't serve mankind for its highest good. So the goal is to awaken mankind.
I think people just being kinder to people, if you've noticed, there's a
Sometimes,
little bit
yeah,
more
very
of that,
often,
and
yes.
it makes a difference. If,
Oh yeah, it feels good.
if you show a small kindness, opening a door
small
for someone.
kindness, even,
Well, letting
even
somebody go when
complimentary,
you're
being-
driving,
Absolutely.
you let
I
them
do
make
that
their
every day.
left turn because there's a load of traffic behind you, so you're saving somebody a little time, and they wave to you.
Yeah.
You want to try something? It's an experiment. You try it. You go into a drive-through, say at Dunkin' Donuts, and for no reason at all, just by the person behind you, pay for their coffee.
Yes.
Okay, and just drive off.
Aww.
That person will buy for the person behind. It's just like
Maybe.
it's just like a
Pass
shockwave.
it forward. Pass it
You know,
forward,
if you
right?
go,
Oh, no,
if you,
pay it
if you
forward. That's
put
what
out
they
that
say.
positive energy in the morning, that even morning, afternoon, whenever,
You
or
can
just be kind to
truly
somebody, you can
change
change
their
it.
entire day
I
by
remember
simply showing a little
The
kindness.
first time you showed
Absolutely.
me this book,
Just been a little more.
immediately
I've
from the
noticed.
symbol,
Yes.
I got God's way.
Yeah, that's why we call the show God's Way, truthfully, because when Tommy saw this book, as soon as he saw it and he saw the symbol, he knew that it meant God's way. And that's what it is, and it's true.
In reading this, I tell you, in reading this, there's a lot of interesting stuff. It's a very good book, very good book.
Life
And where can
changing.
you get it?
Yes.
On
Amazon.
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 Yeah.
go to Amazon and ask for YATUVY The Manual.
Yeah.
Or you can also just
put
Google
in her name.
Adolphina, and it will come up under Amazon.
Oh yeah, just go to Amazon and type in Adolphina.
Yep. Or you can, YATUVY is the only one out there under that title, so
Right.
it would come right up anyway,
Oh,
yeah.
that's great.
Yeah, if people want to get a jump start on ahead of the coursework we'll be going through to repair you and build you towards your own personal relationship where you'll actually be able to hear God yourself and see God, then you can get a jump by getting the book if you want.
It'll help you a great deal to basically have a knowledge of what we're speaking about here. You know, it's only one show so far and only one lesson, but as time goes on, you know, you'll get to be a practitioner. You know, you get to learn to do this and to help others, and you'll be amazed at how when people get better, you know, and all you did was like direct energy at them, and you know, do your best to help them and to bring them into their spirituality. It's so rewarding. It's I can't begin to tell you how rewarding it is to me.
It's a good feeling. It is.
It's just a wonderful thing, you know, especially when it's like kids like Nicholas,
Yes.
okay, or you know, even an elderly that may have had a problem and it's a serious thing, and the family is worried about them, and all of a sudden, out of the clear blue, they're better. You know, they don't need that hospitalization, or they don't need that operation.
Or the medication.
Or the medication. Medication is quite right. You know, we're poisoning our bodies in this country. We have the highest addiction rate to oxycodones. Something like 112 million people.
Wow,
On
that's
112 million people
Addicted to.
are on oxycodones.
And that's a terrible
they're on it,
medicine.
They're addicted to it because it's very
Terrible.
addictive.
Vicodins, Percocets.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
garbage.
yes.
All that, yeah,
It's garbage.
it is.
Want to do
Yeah.
the demonstration?
Yeah, I guess we're just about ready to
Yeah,
do
we're
the
right there.
demonstration, but I wanted to mention that I know someone that was on that Oxycontin after an operation and taking it as he was told, OD'd, and had to be rushed to the hospital and given the antidote twice.
Wow.
Almost died from it.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're just about ready, I guess, for that energy exercise. So who wants to go first? You want to go first or you want to go first?
Doesn't matter.
Oh,
Okay.
it would be new, so
right.
let's let her go first.
Okay, so we're going to actually do a little energy exercise where you'll see where I'm hoping our guest will be able to feel the actual spiritual body that is invisible to most people. So this is invaluable for everyone because now you too will learn how you can assess. You'll be able to do it yourself. I encourage you to practice this at home. You want to warm up your hands a little bit, wake them up a little bit. Now what's going to happen is Christine is going to walk towards me, and when she feels, she's going to set her intention to feel the spiritual body layers that we were talking about. Remember we were talking about the 7 layers, and that's going to a 12 layers. So, and if she hits one and doesn't stop, I'll ding her so she can feel it or whatever. So we'll just play with it a little bit. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, so put your hands up like this and just very slowly walk by because you don't want to walk by too quick. And then when you hit something, I want you to tell everybody what you're feeling.
I'm feeling like a little bit of a resistance.
Okay.
Okay, a little bit of energy in front of me, just kind of there.
Does it kind of feel like a plastic bubble to you?
Like
Because
a
that's
shield.
how I feel it sometimes, like a plastic bubble.
shield.
Like, you know what, like
Yeah,
if
like
you
kind
blew
of a shield.
bubble.
Yeah,
Like a
kind of a
shield.
shield. Yeah. Now, walk again.
Yeah, walk slowly forward again. Some of them are thicker and some are thinner
Yeah, this
too.
one here is very thick.
Okay, so see, as you get closer too, it will get stronger.
Yeah.
Okay, so how does it feel any different?
This feels kind of tingly.
Tingling?
As she
Okay.
gets closer to you, does she compact the energy?
Yeah, well, as you get closer, it's closer to the physical body, so it gets stronger. It gets stronger.
Okay.
You
yeah,
ready?
I can feel it getting
Yeah.
stronger.
Uh-huh.
And I don't have to move very far either.
Yeah. What are you feeling?
Now,
If you
it's
feel
even
another
more
one?
tingly
Uh-huh.
and more stronger.
And you know what's interesting? Different people feel it different ways. Sometimes you can feel it cold, hot, tingly, fluffy. I've heard every name in the book, so it's interesting. You're again. Go ahead. You ready?
Before when we were practicing, it was like fluffy.
Yeah, it was fluffy.
But now I'm feeling a very, very strong energy, almost like it's pushing me or
Pushing you back?
Yeah,
Repelling
pushing,
you.
yeah, like holding me back.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's getting thicker and stronger as I get closer.
Okay.
Yeah,
You-
yeah,
We have another one.
yeah.
Okay, well, you can keep coming another couple feet.
Yeah, more tingly,
Uh-huh.
more stronger,
So-
more like a wall.
More like a wall.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, come to the next layer. Let's see what we get.
Lightened up a little bit.
Lightened up. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I hope that kind of people will practice that at home so they can feel it for themselves.
Yeah, it's very, yeah, you can feel like you're walking through something like there, you know, it's not just thin air.
And you know what's interesting? You know how they say how we're all one?
Yeah.
Well, we're all in each other's spiritual body. How
That's
could we
right.
not be
That's
one?
right, yeah.
And we're also breathing the same air, aren't we?
Uh-huh,
Right?
That's right. That's right.
So it can be no other way.
Yep.
Well, thank you, my dear.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
You want to get up and we'll give you a
Certainly.
try too, see what you
Certainly.
get? And I'm so glad they could feel, although truthfully, I don't think I've had a person who couldn't feel out of all the years I've done this experiment. Okay, you ready, my dear? I was just going to go ding. What are you feeling?
Right around here, I have feeling in the palms of my hands. It almost feels like a swirl of energy
A swirl.
that goes around in the palms of my hands.
Okay. So whenever you're ready, just slowly come forward.
Right about here, it feels like it's pushing back. I feel like I'm getting a little bit more resistance. Yes.
And I'm not doing anything to make her feel this. It's just now she's just feeling those layers of that spiritual
Let's
body.
try something a little different.
What?
Send her love energy.
Okay.
That'll draw you.
Okay. I send Phyllis love.
And now it feels almost as if I'm surrounded. Whereas before I didn't feel like it was around me, just in front of me. And now I would say I feel it around me.
And it's making me wobble. I mean, it's so strong. I
Go
feel
like
like
this.
I'm waving, I'm wobbling here.
Well, see, we're both surrounded.
Oh, that's really a good idea. That feels good. Go ahead. Just so I don't fall down.
I don't want to push it
No,
at you.
no, don't push me down.
Here, it feels lighter. It feels a little bit lighter, but I still feel surrounded. I still feel completely surrounded. It feels like there's a little bit more. Perhaps it's a little thicker in this area, although it does feel lighter. So it's an odd way to try to describe it, but it is very different.
But the good thing is you can feel the different layers, and that's the important thing.
Yes.
Because people don't know this exists, and that's the whole object, is to show people that this truly does exist.
I think what happens is people don't take the time to realize, you know how you'll walk into a room or you'll approach a person and you feel uncomfortable. You've never met them before, have never had a conversation with them, but you just feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And that, again, is just possibly energy that doesn't meld with yours.
Right, and right away, when you're in somebody's aura like that, everybody's had that, where
Yes.
suddenly they feel like, oh,
I
don't
gotta
know if
go.
wanna be, yeah, and that's truly a warning in a way too sometimes.
Yes,
and if it gets really bad, you should pay attention and flee.
And often we don't, and then you have a bad experience. So I
Right.
find that more and more you have to pay attention to how you're feeling and honor it.
That's right. You're so right, my dear. Well, thank you so much. You did a great
Thank you.
job. And I forgot to tell you one other thing that's really cool. Has anyone ever seen the butterfly in different religions, especially Christianity? As you often see the butterfly represented the Transfiguration, and it's just funny that she wore a butterfly today. And one of the girls in the control room wore a butterfly today.
A beautiful jade one she did, yes, and earrings.
This was not planned, and I want to tell you what it means. This has to do with when you transform consciously, you go through a metamorphosis, and that's exactly what we're going to be
That's
doing.
representative of it.
Yeah, and you know why? Because did you see that picture with the prana tube? The
Yes.
energy goes around like this. That's what
It's
makes
like a
it the
spiral graph.
butterfly. Yeah, it goes up like this. So that's why the butterfly. And so this is an actual metamorphosis from a cocoon to the butterfly, and that's where we're going to go.
When you get in close proximity with a person that just has a negative aura,
Yes.
okay, you know it's going to repel you, number one, all right, but you can overcome their negative auras by sending them love
Yes.
and dissolving their negative aura, okay, without them even knowing it. They don't even know why they're talking to you, and then they could be the nastiest person on earth, you know, and I've dealt with them, you know, and changed the whole situation by doing that.
Yes.
That's a
Yeah.
good idea.
It's always a good idea when you get somebody who's maybe a coworker or you have to go someplace in a meeting or an organization. You got to deal with a person. It's very, very derogative. And, you don't want to deal with them, but you have no choice because you got to be there. If you learn to love that person, you can love them through it.
Yes.
You can love them through it, and you actually change them.
You do.
Over some time. But what do you think about that negative energy? Would
Well-
that work? Would that work like in the opposite? If you were like over there and sending Phyllis negativity?
I suppose so, yes, because I've had a few experiences where a bad guy, and I was told this by several different people who had good sight and so forth, where they told me that this fellow was going around through the expo throwing literal knives at people. I mean, they weren't knives in the physical, but in the spiritual, and I was like, wow, well, you know what, when I walk by that guy, I get bad vibes. So I
Gee, I
guess it
wonder
makes
why.
sense.
Expecting to accomplish doing that.
I don't know. Who
Sometimes they
knows?
don't even know it. They don't even know it. You know what I mean? They could be so well accomplished in being psychically gifted and stuff like that, but their ego makes them think there's so much more. They think they're doing it. They're not doing it. It's God directing it all. All right? He's the master puppeteer. You're just the puppet.
That's right.
I wonder if it's not misery loves company.
That's true, too.
Sometimes if you're miserable, you just want everybody else to be that
That's
way as
true.
well.
That's
And
true.
perhaps they're not doing it on purpose, but definitely,
That's their attitude.
yes. And I've
Yeah.
come in contact with so many people like that. And
That's true.
as you
What
had
about when you
said,
regress them and they're like that? Do you ever find them
Sometimes
being like really
resistant.
like, not only resistant, but being like an angry spirit in them as you're regressing them? Back to a
very
time when
often,
it might have been like a mental case or something.
very often that not ready to be regressed. So
Wow.
usually once you get to the point of actually releasing a little bit of control to go back and see what the problem was, they won't do it. They're not ready, or they don't feel that they have that problem. So it often they.
That's their
Just
own
beyond
ego.
help,
That's their
huh?
ego. That's their ego.
I don't think beyond help. I think sometimes it's just they're not ready to let that go. They want to be that way. They say that they don't, but they're not ready to let it go.
Right.
It has been my experience.
You know, Dr. Dyer. Dr. Dyer says your
Yes.
ego. He calls it edging God out.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
And
good
you know,
one.
it's a perfect thing to say.
It
You know,
is.
it's, the more you edge God out of your life, the more that these things will happen to you,
And the more
and
miserable
the more
you
you'll
become.
draw
Oh,
of this
certainly.
misery. You know, I hate being around people why did this happen? And blah 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 blah, and they just continue. And before you know it, you know, you don't want to take that baggage on you. You know, just bless them, send them love, and walk away.
Yeah.
Well, we've all been there where we've walked into a room and everybody's miserable, and then somebody comes in all positive and it lifts everybody up, you know, and or just the opposite. Everybody's happy and somebody walks in that's really dour and they pull everybody
Everybody
down,
down.
you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
So
yeah.
everybody knows what we're talking about.
You know? And then when you get down to the bottom line of what's really aggravating them, you turn around and say, "How stupid could you? I mean,
Yeah,
what are you
right.
getting upset about that for?"
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to release the little things.
Yeah.
Remember that? She just said, "Remember I told
Release
you about
the little things. Oh yeah, yeah. We were talking about the little things.
It's
yeah.
funny you should say that.
I
'cause
picked it up.
Don't sweat the small things. There's
That's
a
it.
book about it.
Yes,
That's
yeah, and
it.
it's true.
You know, if you can't settle your differences with the small things, how are you going to ever take on
That's
a
right.
monumental task?
That's right.
You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
just surround it in love and peace, and say thank you and move on.
That's all.
Well, there was one more thing I wanted to do. I see we're getting close to timing out.
Yeah.
So we wanted to do a prayer petition to God, which all my work involves prayer, faith, and energy. So I'm going to ask for that prayer to be put up now. And I want everyone in the studio and also everyone at home to, you don't have to say it out loud, but just say it to yourselves. And what this will do is just as Jesus did in the Bible, 76 times it will cast out any energies that are not for your highest good, and you will feel so much more peaceful and light and loving. So I'll read it, and then I'm going to have a moment of silence where we're all just going to look at you as healers in our own right, and we're going to send that energy through our eyes to you. So please just take a moment of silence after we read it, and maybe you'll even see what's going on. Okay. Is everybody ready? All right. We send energy to you, God, in the vibration of unconditional love. And we ask in the name of Jesus Christ that you send your great energy back to facilitate the work we are doing here today. We ask that you send the bubble of the Holy Spirit around my household for permanent protection while clearing out all energies that are not for our highest good from our households and the bodies of those living in my house. Everybody name your loved ones here and our pets and name them. We ask you, God, in the name of Jesus Christ, to remove all energies that are not for our highest good from our bodies and our sphere of influence in all worlds, all dimensions, wherever, whatever. We ask that filters be placed in our cords, palm, and feet chakras to prevent any backwash. And we further ask that you send the vibration of viral, bacterial, fungal neutralization to neutralize any illnesses in our bodies during the clearing vibration for the length of time that is appropriate for each of us, while giving each of us the antidote for whatever it is we need. Thy will be done. Okay, now bring the camera to us, please, and just let's just send that energy out for the healing to take place for our audience and our guests and the crew. Okay. I don't know about you, but I sure felt
I felt it in my hands. I feel it in my hands.
I just felt a warm golden glow come over me.
I feel very calm.
Yep.
How about you? What did you feel? Anything?
I tend to feel it in the palms of
I
my
feel
hands,
it
so
right
it's
here.
very prickly.
Yeah, my fingertips are tingling.
Yes.
See, the peace will just center right over you once all this goes away.
That's right.
Yep.
That prayer is in this book.
Yes, and also for everyone in our audience and crew and cast and members here who are in our studio, I've posted this on my website so that you can go there and print it out. And it would be wonderful for you to say this each and every day. I say it myself every morning and every night before bedtime. Your nightmares will cease when you remember to say this every night.
Nice, good.
Yes. So that you can just print it out, and please feel free to share it with anyone. Just do not alter it, because each word has an important meaning.
Well, remember, it's not denominational either.
Yeah.
So you don't have to feel you're reading something that's Catholic, Christian, Jewish, whatever.
Right.
That's
It's not.
right.
It's
That's right.
non-denominational,
That's
really.
right.
It also applies to animals as well. If you have sick pets at home, you can say this prayer specifically for them.
And we do put the ask that we name our pets, because you know what? Many times our pets are there. They're actually our protectors and our healers. So we do not want to exclude them.
Absolutely. They're members of the family.
Yes.
Oftentimes, if there's sickness in the house, your pet will absorb it.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
it's not uncommon for them to
Well, I
become ill.
recently had to put my Jack down. He had gotten real sick real fast, and it was a horrible time that I went through. We went through a whole show on Christine's show
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I know he's with me in spirit. He's in energy. He's an energy dog. I bless him every day. He's still included in my prayers.
And it wouldn't be if
But
his...
he validates like you can't believe. He validates every time. I could be writing this little sign on the back of a tractor trailer that says, I love my Jack Russell. Okay?
If his work here wasn't done, he'll come back to you.
He's going to come
It's
back.
not an uncommon thing for your pets to be
I've heard of that,
reincarnated.
yeah.
They won't come back necessarily as the same type of a pet or the same type of a dog, but they will come back if their job isn't done.
Yeah.
So you may see him again soon.
Well, I know a girl that's a friend of mine whose bulldog had passed away, and she found another one, and she swears that was her original bulldog.
Reincarnated.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Reincarnated.
that
She
happens.
swears,
That
she
happens.
says, that's my dog.
It does.
You
Yeah,
know what
that
it was
happens.
when I first started looking for the dog back in the day. My son had gotten seriously hurt, bad concussion, and he was not coming out of it. He was like couldn't speak right.
Right.
And what happened was we went and got I went over and the doctor suggested maybe you should get him something to focus attention. So I said, I'm going to get him a dog. And I walked into the pet shop, and there was dachshunds and all these. I love them dogs, but I saw Jack. It was this little piglet,
Yeah.
and I knew he was the one.
They pick you.
I took that dog, and I took that little puppy, and I put it in his hands. It was like a miracle. He started talking. He came back to life, and it was because of that dog. And although he's only with us for 11 years, I mean, them dogs live 16 to 19 years. Okay, to me, it was not enough.
And
He
his
was-
job
It's never enough. Of course, they don't have a very long life, and it's sad sometimes.
Okay.
You know,
I do want to mention that on our next show, we will be teaching you how to work with your angels. So please tune into that. And also, we're very interested in if you have any questions or topics you would like to see answered. If we can answer them, we surely will. And so you can email me at adolphinashephard@msn.com. And if you want to go to my website for the prayer, that's adolphinashephard.com. And that's about all I have to say so far. I got one more thing to say. Do you have
You have
anything
nothing
you
more
want
to say? I can't believe that.
Can you believe that? Oh my God, yes.
lost
Must have
for
hit a
words.
speed bump.
So I did want to thank everybody for coming, and Christine and Phyllis and Tommy, and I do
Our
want
studio
to,
audience.
yeah, and our studio audience and the
Our
crew.
sponsor, we have Antonio's Pork Store.
Yes, and our sponsors. And I do want to say, may the hope of God fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in Him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit.
Before we end, one thing. When you watch the show, if anything happens or things change in your life, we'd like to know that. Please write us or contact Adolphina through the website and let us know. And perhaps you could be studio guest there. And God bless you all.
Yes, God bless you. See you next time.
Yeah,
So.
apparently we have a couple of minutes.
Oh,
more than
good.
we did.
Oh, good. Well, I'm so glad we have a
Time
couple of
flies
minutes.
when you're having fun.
Please contact Phyllis. I'm sure she has her business cards with her.
Yes.
And do you have a way to contact you?
I have an email address on the cards, yes.
Oh,
Oh, you can
okay.
say
I was
it
just
now
going
if
to
you
send
want
you
to.
mental
Yeah,
telepathy and see
say
if
your
you want to
email
get it.
address so that they can email you, because I don't think it's on the credits.
Right, say it.
Oh, he did put it on the
Oh, did he put it on the credits? Oh, good.
Oh, okay, then look at the
Oh,
credits.
good. Yes.
So I would put mine on the credits, but I'm a very private person.
Okay.
You still get 3 minutes? 30 seconds?
Okay.
So we want to thank you, and we bless you, and we heal you with the love of God. And please come back and join us again. We will let you know also. It will be announced on my website and on Facebook, the dates of the showing that you'll see this show. So please come back for the next learning how to work with your angels.
And we will be on YouTube once the show airs here on Staten Island.
Yeah, they'll be
Yes.
on YouTube at Spiritual Exploration, where my shows have been also.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah,
That's
so-
great. That's great.
Okay,
So.
well.